Hey everyone, it's SpursRail96 here. Welcome to another Train Sim World 4 live stream. Hope you're doing well out there, wherever you are around the world, and hope you've had a good start to a new week that is upon us. So for today's live stream, we're taking a look at something new, and that comes from Dovetail Games. This is the London Overground, the debut of the London Overground in Train Sim World, specifically the route going from Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside in North East London, also known as the Goblin Line, but recently was renamed by Transport for London to the Suffragette Line, which I'm not a big fan of. Despite the history behind the name is interesting, I still prefer to call it the Goblin. But yeah, we're going to take a look at it, see what the route is like, and obviously put the class 710 adventurer through its paces. So we're going to go in the journey mode here. I've already done a scenario which I did in the weekend just gone, so if you want to check that out, then yeah, just check it out on my channel. But we're going to drive this London Overground service from Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside. Hey Banana Craft, hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're doing good. Okay. Right. Let's get the train set up for departure. I just need to do the usual, put the motion blur on to aid the stream's performance. Okay, headlights already set up for me, excellent, that's what I like to see. We're in the right mode, I believe, AC, it also has a DC mode as well. Be nice at the brightness of these screens, which you can't have access to. It'll be a little bit brighter. It's a little bit dark for my liking, but it's probably due to the lighting. The time of day we're taking over this service, so it's not the end of the world. Increase the volume there. Increase the brightness to maximum. So this is Gospel Oak. This is where the route begins. You have the kids in the playground kicking the football around and having fun. So yeah, let's take a look around. So we got Gospel Oak there. Got the signs there looking good. I mean, Dovetail, I've gone down the extra mile, to make it as accurate as possible. You've even got your oyster validators there. That's accurate. You've got a local shop for your tea and coffee and sweets. It's a nice touch. Oh, look at that, it's got a little train there. Choo choo, it's coffee time. But yeah, but the signage and everything, like trains to Stratford here, and I think there's some boards as well, and the map, that's all accurate. The colours on the numbers, the orange, it's the right shade of orange. The railings, the steps, even the benches I think are accurate to the real world version. But you'd have the North London line going east, so that's where another section of line, which I wish we did have in the game, joins up with the Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside line. We're still waiting. Is it time to go yet? It still says load passengers. Well, I'll lock the doors now, I think. Presume the doors are locked. We are. Let's go to the first stop, which is Upper Holloway. Just increase the power a little bit. So yeah, the Class 710, there's a familiar unit that's near my neck of the woods. You may know it quite well. It runs on the Elizabeth line. I think it's a 345 unit. I can't quite remember what the official unit number is, but this is a very similar unit to the ones that run on the Elizabeth line from Reading to, I think it's Shenfield, and up through the centre of London and all that. So I could very easily see, this Class 710 be painted in Elizabeth line colours. There's no doubt about that. Apparently it's meant to be raining in this service. Clearly hasn't started raining yet. But Upper Holloway is the first station stop. Sadly it's nearby, well, not nearby, but it's close-ish to Arsenal. But what surprises me is the services. I mean, not specifically for the Class 710. I mean, it's pretty much just up and back and forth from Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside. There's some interesting, depot moves and empty stop moves. Woodgrange Park and Barking, the original terminus of the route, Barking station. It's quite interesting, but the 66 and the frame has a lot of services. I think it's like over 80 odd services. I'm amazed by that. I mean, it uses a very small portion of track on this route, but 80 odd services, that's pretty impressive. And obviously you've got the East Coast Main Line AI chugging up and down the section of East Coast Main Line on this route. It's pretty much your Azuma and the Thameslink 700. There's no playable services, it's just the AI chugging up and down the East Coast Main Line. There's a few rail tours as well. I think there's a steam one as well as a diesel one, which is quite cool. But this is a Upper Holloway. Got your help point there. There you go, you got trains to Barking Riverside. So there's the stations we're going to stop at today. Obviously we have connections to the Victoria line. The Elizabeth line, obviously. Forest Gate, 300 metres away. The District and Hammersmith and City lines. National Rail Service there, Barking. I think that's the C2C services. Only got the Barking Riverside, which is close to the boat services. Thames Clipper. Up and down the River Thames, to like Westminster and I think Chiswick and all that kind of stuff. One near Canary Wharf as well, maybe. I don't know me boats very well in London, I'm afraid. Right, let's go. It sounds pretty decent. I mean, the unit looks great in this livery. The graphics of this train is it's above normal for Dovetail, especially with the textures in the cab. It's a bit disappointing that the cameras and the CCTV. I mean, there is a lack of functionality. I mean, these screens do work, I think, but it's very limited for what you can do. There's no even a specific cameraman mode where you can take a look at the screens in the controller configuration that I'm using, which is the old school way. In immersion control, it doesn't matter. You can just zoom in and take a look at the statistics, the stats and the braking characteristics, the doors and all that stuff. I think there's a problem with the door interlocking. I think there was an issue with that even before this route was released. I think that's more of a train sim world thing than a specific issue with this route. But yeah, we're coming up to the next station, which is Crouch Hill. As far as this stream is concerned, I think we're just going to do 2 runs up and down the line. I mean, it's only 13 miles. I think there's 13 stations in all, so if you compare it to the Bakerloo line, it's 1 mile longer and has way more stations, and it's at the same price. So it's a tricky one to say which one is better. You know, if you want to compare the two TfL routes that we have currently in the game as we speak. As far as value goes, I think Bakerloo line smashes us to pieces, but yeah, this isn't too bad so far from what I've experienced. Could you imagine if this was charged at 30 quid and $40 in the US? I think yeah, it wouldn't go down very well. I think it's because it's a Transport for London product. Dovetail have upped their game with the scenery. I mean, the foliage here looks pretty decent. The bushes, even the tree as well, don't look too bad. You got a shed. I wasn't expecting a shed. A shed on a TfL platform. Oh dear. Maybe it's the gardener. Maybe he's going to get the grass trimmer out and cut the grass. I'm not sure. So the doors close themselves, but you have to then press the door lock button. Okay, that's a cool touch. I didn't realise that. They open. Do they open themselves? I don't think they do. Don't think they do. I think you have to open them manually, but I think they close automatically, and then you just have to, you know, press the door lock button on the control pad, and then you're in tip-top shape to continue the journey. Speaking of continuing the journey, the next station is Haringey Green Lanes. It's just under 1 mile away. Hey, Banana Craft. Sorry, Commando. Apologies, sir. Hey, Commando. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Just taking me first glimpse at the Goblin Line. Yeah, so far, it's not too bad. I mean, you know, I expected this route to be pretty decent because, you know, it's such a small route, and plus it's a TfL route. I imagine Dovetail had to have upped their game on the scenery front and timetable as well. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice if we could have the 710 somehow work on the Bakerloo line. I think Dovetail is planning to add like a layer of services for the 710 to operate on the Bakerloo line, you know, going from Queen's Park to Harrow and Wealdstone. I imagine I just have to get a timetable from 3 or 4 years ago rather than the very latest timetable, because the upgraded Bakerloo line timetable was from 2021. Thankfully the 710s were way in service before 2021. These were in service in what, 2019? 20, so yeah, these in real life should work, and especially at that time should conduct services on the Bakerloo line, these particular units. Whoa, break. There's a decent amount of undulation and variation, you know, in the undulations. There's quite some steep up and downhill sections. Okay, so here we are at Haringey Green Lanes. I've just noticed the PIS display is working. That's good. Take care, closing the doors. And obviously the interior is pretty decent. You've got your adverts there doing more for the environment and showcasing the next station stop and all that stuff. Let's take a look down here. So this is a street, looks of it, part of the estate in Haringey. These are cool, these kind of boards here, you know, Transport for London, you know, don't drink, don't smoke, it's not permitted, or the TfL night services. They're nice touches. If only Dovetail can add these advertising boards, you know, like licensed ones to every single route product they do, not just specifically TfL. What's that? Is that a chocolate thing? Split. Pick up a split at your local vending machine. Okay. Yeah, even though e-scooters and e-unicycles. Never heard. Since when was e-unicycles a thing? I never heard of it. Bicycles on the London Overground. We've got a phone thing. Is that what the hell is that? I don't know. A flying thing. We got a. I thought it was a Nescafe advert then. It's obviously not. That's a long old windy ramp. Blimey. You got your bicycles down there. That's good. We'll see. It goes down to the road. Manor House Station, trains to Gospel. This is not too bad. Look at this piece of road infrastructure. This don't look too bad. This is what the road should look like in the game as a whole. This is a pretty decent little street here. Got your mind the gap there. Your warning, trespassers, signs, which platform and where the trains go to. That's a cool one. Messages they answered. Season 2 Tottenham. The creative team do a great job on these adverts sometimes. Ah, fantastic. Oh, this is good. This is a good station. This is my favourite one so far. You know, the fact you can walk down onto the road. Right, let's go to the next stop, which is South Tottenham. Near the home of the mighty, world famous home of the Spurs. Come on, I'm surprised they did the Overground. Arriva apparently aren't friendly about licensing. Oh, is that so? I don't know what Arriva trains are about as far as licensing goes. Commander, I saw a unicycle the other day at the bus station. They're pretty bizarre things. I've never seen them before. Never know. E-unicycles, that's a new one on me. I've seen those kind of electric powered skateboards, or with like one wheel or something like that, where you balance it. You know, you have the wheel in the middle, and then you have to stand on the board. I've seen that before. Is that an e-unicycle? I don't think so. It's not the unicycle I'm thinking, you know, where it's just an actual unicycle with an electric motor. My goodness. But here we are, coming up to South Tottenham. Now I'm keen to have a look at, because I want to know if the stadium has been put into the route of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Because I mean, in real life, obviously, you're not going to see White Hart Lane from the station platforms at South Tottenham, but in the free cam, it would be hopefully good if we could see it, because if you could see Wembley Stadium from Wembley Central on the Bakerloo line, it's a fair distance, a fair walk away. Then hopefully we could see the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I do have my doubts, because on the Birmingham Cross City line at Aston Station, where Villa Park, the home of Aston Villa Football Club, is situated, Devtail couldn't be bothered to even add the Bleaton Stadium, which is like, what, a 5-minute walk away. So I have my doubts. But here we are at South Tottenham. And the signal box is there as well. It's a nice touch. Got your gardens down there, that's good. This is nice, more of an old school feel. That you got your PIS displays. I haven't seen many of those, that's the first one I've seen. At least that one works, that's good. Got your fire extinguishers here. This is a lift which apparently works. See the lift come. There it is.
Doors opening. Lift going down.
Yeah, we'll go down.
Doors closing.
That's a cool touch. Right, the doors have closed themselves. That means we're ready to depart. I need to take a look. Where's the road that goes up to White Hart Lane? It's down here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, sorry, dear. Didn't mean to get in the way. How do you actually access the station from here? Oh, look, it's got the overground board there. That's cool. This is South Tottenham over here. And they got the entrance looking as accurate as it can be with the signage, the board. Yeah, this is good. This is good. The stadium isn't there. Oh, what a shame. I would have loved to have seen it. You know, just in the distance. I mean, you know, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is massive. I mean, you know, it's like an alien spaceship has landed in the middle of North London. So, that's a bit of a gut wrencher, that. But you know, but the infrastructure as far as South Tottenham is concerned, you know, looks pretty darn solid to me. See, what would happen is this bit of track here. This is the track that goes up to the stadium, up to White Hart Lane and Seven Sisters. Would have been really cool if we can have that line in the game and actually stop at White Hart Lane. That would be really cool. See the stadium. That'll be awesome. Okay, the next station stop is Black Horse Road. We're running very late, but that's okay. Hey, Sophie, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Ben Davis, wish we added the class 710 on the timetable. You mean the Bakerloo? Yeah, hopefully. Well, Dovetail Sailor apparently trying to make that happen. We'll see if that's true or not. Only time will tell. But I tried putting a 710 on the Bakerloo. And it didn't want to know it. I tried putting it onto the DC mode and yeah, it just wouldn't have it. Something to do maybe with the physics side of the class 710, just getting maybe a bit confused. We're over speeding here, that's not very good. Oh, coming over the canal. Don't ask which one. Interesting building here. What's this? Oh, looks good either way. It's nice. Oh, this is nice. Nice little pond here, or I'm not sure. I don't know my rivers and ponds very well. I think this is where the mastery tile is, where you can see the ducks apparently. We've got a freight train now, delivering some aggregate. There was another freight train a few minutes ago. So freight is busy. Anyway, the next station is approaching, which is Black Horse Road. What really would have been cool is if we had the North London line attached to the Goblin line. You know, that would have made it feel like a much more longer experience, a more varied experience as well, and probably a more enjoyable experience actually. Because there's only so many times you could just go up and down the Goblin line, unless you're a massive fan of it maybe. Because I think on Train Sim Classic, the Gospel Oak to Barking line actually had the North London line attached to it, so it's a little bit disappointing we've just got the, you know, the Goblin line. Not to say the route is crap. I mean, this is actually fairly decent for Dovetail standards. It's above average so far. There's no doubt about it. This is nice here. Got the new Presumably this is new recent housing flats. They look new in this area of northeast London. Alright, the next stop is Walthamstow Queens Road. Just under a mile away. Right, I'll say the usual YouTube shenanigans. If you'd enjoyed the stream up to this point and you like what you hear or see, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Commander, yeah, Arriva London do the services for TF. Oh, they do? Oh, right, okay. My mistake. I never knew that. Yeah, the stations, Commander, I agree, 100%. They certainly look very well made. Not just, at platform level, but, in fact you can go down to the road and, see the train go over the bridge. That's pretty good. Just wish that level of quality would be carried out on most of the routes they make. What immediately comes to mind, ironically, is the not the Goblin Line, the Glossop Line. Because that was a pretty short, stubby little route, but scenery-wise, I thought that was pretty decent. Above dovetail standards, above average for sure. It was a bit of a pointless nothing kind of route, but I enjoyed it because, from a visual perspective, it was pretty good. Oh, sugar, shut the bloody thing down. Oh god, did a passenger just become a ghost? Speaking of ghosts, I think there's actually a scenario that's focused on Halloween. Well, there you go, that's why the glitch passengers are there then. Look at this walkway, look at it. That's a long way to walk. I like the graffiti here, that's a nice touch. Alright, you've got the workers here. No delivery drivers, seems to be. The van's parked up. Man's got his clipboard and pen. And the other one is maybe ready to collect his parcel. Unless he's the managing director. I have no idea. Just those little scenes, they make up quite a bit. There's the Headless Horseman, matching with the Halloween theme. Trying to get his ticket, no wonder he's struggling. Can't bloody see. Dovetail, we never fail to disappoint. Oh dear, brilliant. You gotta laugh sometimes. Is that bad? Oh dear. Right, the next stop is Leighton Midland Road. It's just over a mile away. Rick, my man, hope you're well. Nice to see you. Wish there was more to do than going from A to B and back again. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Dovetail will probably say that the scenarios are there for that reason, which I can agree to an extent. But it would be nice to have some different bits and pieces to do, like maybe service the train at the depot, or something like that. Have mechanical failures or hot weather conditions. You may have to drive at specific speed, watch the temperatures of the brakes, or I don't know, the train itself, etc., etc. Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned with this route, we should have easily have had the North London line alongside this. Easily, would have been a much more enjoyable experience. I think certainly increased the route mileage. I think to close to 30 odd miles or something like that. I think loads of people would have taken that every day of the week. Had a 378 Electro Star. Happy days. 2 different types of traction. mean, I've never been on the Overground, to be honest with you. I've only been on the Underground. I was on the Bakerloo just under a month ago when I went to see a West End show. I was tempted to take the Elizabeth line, but unfortunately it was being rather slow with its timings, so I took the train from Reading instead. Okay, that's a nice little screenshot there for you. One for the Instagrams, one leaving, and one that's arrived. This is Leighton Midland Road. Leighton Orient Football Club is not too far from here. It's a nice estate here. The houses here look decent. They look good. From Dovetail standards. Good, good, good. Yeah, this isn't a bad route, is it really? I've not even got to the end, but yeah, I'm liking what I see. Let's go, train. There we go. The next stop is Leytonstone High Road. It's just over half a mile away. Ninja Turtles. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Probably aren't going to reply and say I'm fine, thank you, but I see you in the chat, so I acknowledge you and I welcome you. No, you probably will. Sophie, probably will add it as a paid route. We're going way too fast. I'm too busy looking at the phone. Rightly so, because we're coming up to Leytonstone High Road. Need to have a sip of tea in a minute and a biscuit. We're about halfway. Whoa, brake, we've gone a little bit too fast there. There we go. So this is Leytonstone High Road. Yes indeed, yep. Wanstead Park is coming up next. This is okay. Oh, that's a nice little walkway under the arch there. That's cool. Got your ticket booth. What is that? Assistant booth, I should say. This is okay. Eesh, this don't look too good. That pavement there doesn't match very well with the road. My camera is actually stuck. I can't actually go that far. It's a shame. Doors are closing. Train wants to go. Alright, let's go to Wanstead Park. Bit fast there. Let's get on the brakes. I'll try and have a little fiddle around with the screens, I think, when I get to Barking Riverside, just see what can you actually do on this reasonably shiny and new multiple unit. It's dual voltage, so you know, you can do AC or DC running, but as far as DC goes, I don't think it's actually modelled or simulated on this unit. That's probably why it's taken Dovetail 100 years to get it working on the Bakerloo line, let alone do a timetable there. They missed the trick with that. They should have got it. They should have got the simulation characteristics for the AC running and the DC running before this route was released. Then you could have, you know, stuck it on the Bakerloo and had a little play with it whilst Dovetail getting their act together with getting a timetable service pattern for the 710 on the Bakerloo, because that'll be good as well, because you know it means you could operate some overground services on the Bakerloo, which would be nice. Here we go, we're coming up to the stopping point at Wanstead Park. Whoa, brake. Oh, here's Wanstead Park. I like that abandoned bit of platform there. Some shrubs and weeds and grass. My goodness, is that just a flat? This is a block of flats, is it? Oh, so it is. Oh, blimey. That's a tight gap. I like the ambience. It's pretty decent. Wish we had some planes going overhead. You know, I mean, we do have a few airports in the area. Heathrow, Gatwick, London City Airport. You know, it'd be nice. Maybe at the very, early hours you could probably hear planes going overhead. The next stop is Woodgrange Park. But on Craft, most of my buses at work are vintage. Oh, really? When you say vintage, how old is vintage? It's not 1930s, surely, or 50s, 60s buses, is it? Imagine maybe 2000s, or maybe even early 2010s. Is that classed as vintage now these days? I don't know. Blimey. Is that the East Coast Main Line we've just gone over? I think it is. Looks to be. Got a section of track joining up as we are on the final approach to Woodgrange Park. I'm not sure if I'm just thinking right now. I think there's a couple of variations in the trains that you can run. I've seen. I think there was an 8-coach train on this route on a service once. I can't remember where. I think it was 2 units of 4 connected together, or maybe that was a scenario mode or something like that. But obviously, I think the majority of services are just single 4-coach units. Well, I swear I've seen one that's 8 coaches long. I mean, when I say 8 coaches, it's 2 units, but might be a scenario or something. I don't know. It's very surprising to me. This is Woodgrange Park. Again, near the local housing estate. Got the PIS displays there. That's good. It's in working order. Up the steps you go. Manor Park station isn't too far down the road. It's a nice church there, I must say. Got the cars going overhead. That's not a bad view, actually. It's fairly decent. The next stop is the original terminus of the route, which is Barking. This is where I think the C2C trains, was it Arriva trains, use that section of line. I think it's going to, was it Chelmsford, is it? Norwich and all that kind of jazz. Southend. Might be wrong. What trains do they use? They use a class of train similar to this. Is it like a 720 or something? Might be wrong. remember Jeff Marshall did a video on it once. I just can't remember what the unit's called. Yeah, I have a picture in my head of what it looks like, but I don't know the classification of it. Sophie, the DC does work on East Coastway on Bakerloo. You have to run it in off the rails mode in Scenario Planner. Alright. It's because the Bakerloo is 4 rails, not 3. Alright. So how does it work on the Bakerloo in real life then? Because when Dovetail made that route, was it 2020, these units were up and around on the route, so how does that work then? I'm confused, unless they just deliberately didn't put down the correct I don't know, amount of rails, or I'm not sure. I'm confused. Okay, here we are coming up to Barking. There should be a depot around here somewhere, isn't there, where these trains are stored? I'm not sure where that is. I can't remember if it's around the Barking area or at the other end of the route. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know this part of East London very well. So this is a national railway station, as well as a excuse me, a London Overground station, I think, at this moment in time. Stop there, that's solid for me. Right, I want to have a look around Barking. So this is the original terminus of the route. We've got Welcome to Barking. Obviously you have some national rail services stopping on these tracks here. No PIS boards here. Yeah, but the station looks okay. Looks close to real life. That's all I can say, really. There's not a lot going on. It's a pretty big station, the biggest so far on this route by a country mile. Barking. I imagine that pink would have the C2C logo, maybe. C2C is pink, isn't it? I don't know any London Underground or Overground line that has pink incorporated into it. Unless Elizabeth line, will that stop here? Does it stop at Barking? I'm not too sure. I'm sure someone will say in the comments. But yeah, the infrastructure of the station looks as it would do in real life, really. Not too bad at all. Let's have a little scout up above. Oh dear, that don't look good down here. And that scenery over there looks a bit ugh. And yeah, the road markings have practically disappeared, apart from these bus stops, where there seems to be a bus stop every 100 metres. I mean, I know we are outside the station, but a bit more road signage would be good, Dovetail. Oh, there should be a depot around here somewhere. It's not. Is it over here? Is this where the C2C trains are? That's the yard where the freight trains are operated. So your 66s would go there. Where is the? Oh, look, you got a train that's just leaving. Maybe they do. Oh no, that's going from. Is that going from Barking? Riverside? Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's no depot there, is there? I'm not sure. The next and final stop is Barking Riverside. The pink is for the C2C line. I thought it was. My brain is useful after all. Banana Croft, not far from DLR. Oh, Docklands Light Railway depot on here. Oh, interesting. Well, we need to pick up the speed. 60 miles per hour. It's rocket speed for this train. Where's the rain then? Apparently it's meant to rain on this this particular service. In the chapter Journey Mode it said it would rain on this service, but obviously the rain has stayed away. No complaints. Just thought dynamic weather would play a part and start in the dry and end in the rain. Obviously not. Never mind. I'll have a biscuit whilst I'm at it. Very nice. Okay, we're on the final approach. We're just about to go south towards the River Thames. And then Barking Riverside will shortly come into view. Obviously the scenery around Barking Riverside is expected to be nothing more than a desolate wasteland or a construction site. Which Dovetail will be relieved that construction is still taking place on new housing. I think there's a school that's being built, cafes, shopping centres, all that kind of jazz. I think there's a new DLR station being built on the other side of the Thames called Thames Wharf. Unless that's already been done. That's also for the housing developments that's taking place on southeast London. Maybe the station doesn't exist, I don't know. But I did hear it was a thing. In the train of the DLR thought it was a real thing. It was programmed into its destination displays. Okay, here we go. Here is Barking Riverside. Shiny and new. But will it be any good? There we go, journey's end. Right, here we are, Barking Riverside, and it doesn't look good. Got your caution sign there. Please take care when using the stairs. Always use the railings, people. Never rush down the stairs, otherwise you end up falling down the stairs with a few broken bones. Got the PIS displays working there. You got the announcements, the virtual announcements, that is, making a noise. Right, I just want to have a look at the section of this area around Barking Riverside here. As expected, it's pretty much a construction site. Lots of workers down there planning their next move. Doors are closing. Can you go down to ground level? There's the sign there, Barking Riverside. Seems you can. That's quite a nice touch. That's where the bikes would go. PI's displays work. Is the lift down here? There should be a lift that is in operation. Got your ticket machines there. Look at that. You can even, screens are just like real life, and they're pretty clear as well, so you can read that. It's a nice touch. Where's the lift? There's got to be a lift somewhere. Trains to Gospel Oak, platforms 1 and 2. Is this the lift down here? God, it's nice lighting down here. Oh, let's try it, shall we? Let's abandon this train, shall we, and just use the lift. Why not? How do you turn the shut down? Is that the right one? I don't know. Right, party time's over in this cab. Let's see if the lift works. I've got to find the lift first. Where is the lift? Is this the lift? This is the lift. Oh, I've collected a fire extinguisher. Let's see if the lift works. Yes, it does.
Doors opening. Lift going down.
Yeah, wait for me, mate.
Doors closing.
Yeah, the lift works. And the sounds are accurate.
Doors opening. Lift going up.
Yes, well done. That's a good touch, Dovetail. Nice to see. That's okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go back to the main journey mode and do the return journey. That's a nice touch. I thought the lift would be broken or something, you know. No, Dovetail. Hey Ashley Cole, nice to see you, hope you are. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're good. Just taking a first glimpse at the the London Overground Goblin Line, or the Suffragette Line, or the Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside Line, however you want to call it. I would always call it the Goblin Line, just because I'm an old git. Well, I'm not old, but I'm 27. Turned 28 this year. God. Right, let's do this one here. Going from Barking Riverside to Gospel Oak. Should take just over 43 minutes. Banana Craft also running not far from the District Line. Oh, yeah. They'll always be building around here. Well, tell me about it. Me, it never ends. It's like another town's been built around me. It's ridiculous. This is typical Britain here in the pouring rain. Right, let's get set up ready for departure. There's the cab lights on. No, it's not. Seems a little bit bright in here. Right, I want to have a look at these screens. I want to see what they do. Let's change the controls a minute briefly. Right, what have we got then? What can we do with these screens? Main menu, that doesn't work. Override, that doesn't work. Data view, even that doesn't work. The specs, no. The CBCT mode, TC mode, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. Oh dear. Ooh, what's that? Event marker? That doesn't work. Vehicle overview, no, that don't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't. None are these selectable buttons. I don't think they are actually. The DMI screen. That doesn't work. Oh, this one works. Don't know what it was, but okay. Oh, you can't open the doors, that's a shame. Oh no, the door's already open, silly me. Okay. That's the one I've just pressed. That's the station panel then. The control panel, that doesn't work. The main menu does work though. Ah, this looks a bit more promising. The log fault, does that work? Nope. The DOO, does that work? No. CCTV, that doesn't work across the board. The doors, they should work. Nope. PIS, that doesn't work, that's a disappointment. The alarm we set for smoke detection, that doesn't work. Oh, that works though, the braking systems. And the power, I presume that's... I have no idea. If they do anything, we can have a look at it, I suppose. That's about it, isn't it? Oof, dearie me. How do you go back? Lost. There we go. Yeah, that's disappointing. There's not much interactivity with the screens, even like the PIS, and just seeing some, even the specs or the data view. Like, come on, that's a bit disappointing. The lack of interactivity is frustrating. Rivet Games, I mean, I'm not a big fan of their products at times, but at least they let you interact with the screens and have automated announcements and put manual destinations in and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Dovetail, even they do it, but unfortunately, that's a bit disappointing. And the fact the CCTV screens, they don't work. I think one of the CCTV cameras on the 385, that works, doesn't it? Right, that's good. We're speeding here. I can tell I'm very new to this route. Over speeding massively. Is it raining? I thought it was raining. Oh, it's just a foggy day. Alright, I thought it was raining. Okay. Slow, fast. Let's turn it off. Why is it? That's what really annoys me with this stupid thing. When you want to mess around with the wipers or, the lights, you accidentally put the reverser out of the forward position. That really annoys me, that. Now shut the bloody thing down. Did I turn on the safety systems? I don't think I did, actually. What is down back here, anyway? Things I shouldn't be messing with, I don't think. I should have done this before I departed. Oh well, never mind.
TPWS and AWS operational.
There we go. Let's go to parking. 2 miles away. We might actually make it on time, despite that hiccup. Quite good in the mist. Maybe the smog. You could pretend like you're in London back in the old days, but the great smog of the mist and fog set to this kind of setting. Just trying to see how far the camera will let me go before there's an invisible wall. Bit too far. But I imagine you can access those freight trains and do the services. You know, since they are there for construction purposes. Unless they're just set pieces. Not in Dovetail, they probably are. I'm bad at remembering my phone number. I used to be very bad at remembering my phone number, but I'm actually pretty good at remembering it now. Mainly because I've had the same phone number for like nearly 10 years. Do you have Instagram? I do have Instagram, yes, BananaCraft. But I'm not prepared to give it out because that will remain private. It's my personal life there. Family and close friends. Unless you're asking Sophie or someone else, then ignore me. I was thinking of making a Spurs Rail kind of Instagram account, but I don't think I should. I'll get confused with passwords and all that kind of stuff. It's hard enough trying to remember passwords for, you know, Twitter and all the other stuff, websites and all that with passwords. Okay, we're coming up to Barking. Interesting to see how busy this particular part of the route, you know, the East Coast Main Line and all that, chugging along. It'd be good, interesting to see how busy this route is, and particularly the timetable as well for the 710s. How busy can it really get? I think it's 3 or 4 trains an hour, I think. Yeah, but this unit does look very, very good. You know, you can see it's a little bit weathered. From there looks okay. See down below here, how's it looking here? You got your warning stickers. That's good. That vent looks good. Look at that. Might be 2D, but it looks pretty decent to me. Yeah, the undercarriage looks very well, very, very good. Train wants to go, I think. What does up top look like as far as the catenary goes? There's another train coming in, actually. Speak of the devil. The catenary don't look too bad. I think the rush hour passenger tech has been installed. It's good to see the passengers up and about, making the station, or trying to make the station look busy. I imagine in real life it will be miles busy with, you know, C2C trains running through here and stopping here, etc. Maybe the district line as well. But you know, it's a good looking station. It's just not busy enough, is it? It would be cool if we had some AI depicting the C2C trains, but I imagine Dovetail can't do that for licensing reasons. Either way, the next stop is Woodgrange Park. I mean, credit to Dovetail, you know, they have tried to make the timetable busy, especially with the freight. I mean, it's over 80 services for the freight, which caught me by surprise. I thought it was going to be like 10, 20 services. I didn't think it would be like near 84. Good grief. These are nice digestive biscuits. Chocolate ones. Yum yum. Mm-mm. I'm just thinking of the screens again. You can't even change the brightness or set it to day or nighttime modes. It just shows you how limited you are of what you can do with the screens and just in the cab in general. I mean, it's good all the buttons and everything, you know, are there to be pressed and all that jazz. Signal buzzer works. That's a cool depot whistle. Now we've got some cement tanks going by, going to the construction site. That's a cool depot whistle. Don't know why. It sounds really good. Probably better than the actual horn itself. Don't know how realistic the depot whistle sounds to real life, but I like the sound of it. That's for sure. No doubt about it. Here we are at Woodgrange Park. Whoop, let's stop. There we go. Let me just put the window down. Just want to hear it. It's a nice little sound. I can't get over that whistle. I don't know why. It sounds really good. That's probably the best bit about the cab. The depot whistle. I don't know. The CCTV screens and these screens are pretty much bloody useless to interact with, but hey, the depot whistle sounds good. I don't know. Dovetail, honestly. You get some things right and some things horrendously wrong. Never mind. Off we go. The next stop is Wanstead Park. Let's go. An interesting statistic is that these trains are actually delayed into service, I think by quite a long time, I think 3 or 4 months, and TfL and Siemens, who were constructing these multiple units, managed to feel a little bit sorry for the passengers and actually decided to, and the good people of North East London, they decided to get a month's worth of free travel on the Gospel Oak to Barking line. Hey, too bad. Be pretty chuffed if you were a commuter that uses this line every day. Am I going way too fast? Because I'm talking too much. Oopsie daisy. Stop! Oh god. Don't miss it completely. Oh, oh dear. Now, do the doors open on... oh dear, the doors do open. Yeah, I thought the train would have a selected door mechanicals built in where, you know, if you missed the platform, these doors would open, but those down there wouldn't. Oh well, never mind. Right, let's go to Leytonstone High Road, just over a mile away. Oh, I want to see the train from down below, if I can. Oh, wrong side. Okay, approaching Leytonstone High Road. Banana Croft, they do need to do another train line that's less busy and is longer. I'm surprised you put less busy. Wow. I can't think of a line that's less busy and longer. Not off the top of my head. If you're on about a line TFL route, then I'm struggling to think there. Maybe I would say a tram route, but Dovetail already have a game that's dedicated to trams. Even though I don't think it is as good as Train Sim World is, albeit that tram world game thing is very early in its development or life cycle. Okay, here we are at Leytonstone High Road. It's quiet over here. In this bleak, grim afternoon.
Smoking is not permitted in any part of this station or on trains. This includes e-cigarettes.
Damn, look at that detail here. You know, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. Got the fan going there. This is a nice looking multiple unit, I must say. It's definitely one of Dovetail's better ones. You know, just the graphics, the textures of it, even in the cab as well, you know. It looks pretty darn good to me. Let's see if the train departs, shall we? The next stop is Leyton Midland Road. Let's increase the power a little bit more. There we go. That'll do. Banana Croft, well, the US route would be good, that's true. A freight one, I imagine that's longer and much less busy. That's for sure. Definitely quieter. Yeah, I think another BNSF route maybe, or Norfolk Southern definitely, or CSX would be my first port of call when it comes to a new US freight route. Even though I know people will be droning away Be like, oh, we don't need it. Oh, we don't need another US freight route. We've got lots of them in the game as it is. There's another freight train. Whoop. Okay. Here we are at Leighton Midland Road.
Please do not smoke until you have left the station premises. This includes e-cigarettes.
Use the depot whistle again. Right, the next stop is Walthamstow Queens Road. One that run a route that would run for miles at a good speed, or Japanese bullet train. Yeah, bullet train would be awesome. Well, if you're on about a high speed route, then I'd say a good candidate, which might have a chance, is an extension to the LGV Mediterranean, especially since Dovetail not only have the SNCF TGV license, but you know, they're under French ownership, so I imagine they'll be courting for a French route in some way, shape or form. I reckon have an extension up to Lyon. That would be fantastic from Avignon. That'd be really, really good, just like they did in Train Sim Classic, you know, at the old TGV R duplex. Whack on the new livery for the or an old livery for the TGV, the blue and grey silver one. That'll be right up my street. So I do love the French route, the one and only French route we have. I mean, the scenery is pretty crap, but just the just operationally speaking, you know, the TGV is wonderful to operate. Cruising up to the stopping point. There we go. Not too far from South Tottenham. Sip of tea. That's now gone very cold, unfortunately. Lovely. Sorry, the next stop is Black Horse Road, not South Tottenham. My mistake. One stop. One more stop and then it's South Tottenham. Ah, lovely. Train, and it's good to see. I've seen a few trains scuttling up and down this route on both journeys so far. A couple of 66s and obviously just 710s. I think there's a few rail tour services. Weirdly, there's a steam one. I mean, why would there be steam on the Goblin Line? I've no idea, but you know, Dovetail keen to just make this route as busy as possible by just pretty much throwing anything and everything onto the route. Probably have a BNSF freight train coming through next. Okay, here's Black Horse Road. Nice little pathway there. Is that for the park? That's quite good. Albeit it just ends very abruptly there. Abruptly. That's a shallow little... It's a small bridge over nothing. Then you got a football training pitch thing. Same one that Dovetail's had for years at this point. But on a graft or add an ICE train. I don't know. Has to be. Yeah, I mean, I think Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg is definitely a candidate if you want a nice long, high-speed route with a peaceful experience, an easy to drive route, and it's nice to operate. Yeah, Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg is a good, very good route. It's the longest route in the game, and I think from a scenic point of view, it's actually fairly decent. It's probably the longest route in the game. I think it's actually better looking than the East Coast Main Line that we have at the moment. Would be cool if we got the East Coast Main Line south though. Maybe just trains or a Thompson simulation. Maybe they're working on that, who knows. It would be fantastic if they were. I mean, especially as the majority of rolling stock has already been made and out and about in the public domain. You know, your Class 801 Azumas and Thameslink trains. I imagine a Class 91 will probably have to be constructed though. Right, South Tottenham is just under 1 mile away. Okay, well, on the final approach to South Tottenham. Near the wonderful home of the Spurs. Damn, such a shame we can't have the line going to White Hart Lane. That'd be so cool. Oh. Out of the very smallest of neutral sections there. Power wasn't available, but we got a break. Yeah, South Tottenham is easily my favourite, and no, that's not just because I'm a Spurs fan. I just like the fact you can just walk down to the road and you can look up and you can see the train going over the bridge. I mean, not many routes in Train Sim will do that. But I like Barking Riverside as well. That's quite a cool station. Right, let's see if we can catch it from down here. So let's try and pretend to be the passenger, shall we? So we come out of the doors. We'll be a little bit lazy, so we'll call the lift. Oh, I wonder if this will work because I'm in the camera. It'd be amazed if this can work. Yeah, let's go down. This isn't going to go well, is it? No, it didn't work. Hey, presto, I made it. Thank you, goodbye.
Doors closing.
I love that lift. Never thought lifts would be a thing. Lift simulator. That's what will be next on Dovetail's agenda. Jesus Christ. Apparently garden gnomes or goblins, is it? Garden gnomes? I can't remember what it is called. But gnomes is apparently one of the collectibles here. What is this all about? A little, oh, that's nice. Look at that. A little colourful... Is that like a crochet South Tottenham emblem there? That's really cool. I love that. Oh, this is nice. I like this little garden here. I never thought about exploring down here. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, nice little steps up to that. Oh, that's cool. I like that. See these nice little touches. There's the shed. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. God, you could get lost at South Tottenham. Looking around. Looking at the shed, the little garden. There's apparently a goblin or a garden gnome somewhere. I don't know. It's somewhere. Probably very well hidden. But, oh yeah, what was that other as well? This sign here, look at that, South Tottenham. Doesn't that look nice? Now you've got a little crocheted, quilted South Tottenham logo here. You've got this one here, very old Art Deco style. Then you got the modern one up there. That's the South Tottenham, that's just the Overground, but the sign is over here, so you got a couple of entrances. That is nice, I really do like that, that's cool. Right, let's see the train depart. Oh, the traffic. Let's see the train go. There it is, there's the train. That's cool. You know, when the road network looks good and you can do those kind of shots, you know, seeing the train going over the road, it looks good. You know, it's just such a shame Dovetail was so inconsistent. Like, you know, one route they put a bit more effort into it, next minute they go back to the usual, you know, good in some areas and really not good in others, you know. Like a stock graph, you know, it's peaks and troughs. And they're sadly a bit too consistent on that. It would be nice if we could have just a steady upward trajectory of content, but there we go. Bernard Crochet, we do. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, what, nearly 4 years now since the Bakerloo line has been released. It was nearly 4 years. I mean, it was nearly 4 years where we haven't had a single TFL route. So thankfully, the Goblin line has come along to save Dovetail's bacon in that sense. But yeah, 100% need another London Underground route, especially since they've got the TFL license. They've got to make another one. I don't know which one they would make. Circle line I think would be a good one, mainly because I think it's short and sweet. That's what Dovetail like, short and sweet routes. You know, because they'll just keep pumping out content as fast as possible to make that money and please their boardroom and please the balance sheet. So I think the Circle line would be a possibility. Wouldn't it be an absolute joke if they made the Waterloo City line? God, I think it just takes what, 3.5 minutes to get from Waterloo to Bank. So if that was in the game, that would be an absolute joke. Yeah, I think the Northern Line or Circle line I think would be a good candidate, or maybe have another Overground line. If Dovetail can't or won't do another Underground line, needs to move forward here. It's close enough. Here we are at Haringey Green Lanes. There's a car park down here. It's decently modelled. It's just like a business park or something like that. Oh, there's a container train. Intermodal. I mean, the freight, you know, have done a good job. We've seen, you know, we've seen cement, we've seen aggregates, we've seen now, what is it? Containers on this service alone. So freight is there's quite a bit of freight going on. It's probably just up and down the line, but you know, certainly fleshes the route out a little bit more. Sadly, it's still with a 66. Would be nice if we had something new. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing that 66 everywhere now on UK routes. In the game, of course, in real life, I'm very pleased to see the 66. Mainly because we'll see other UK locomotives, not just 66s. Right, the next stop is Crouch Hill. We're nearly at the end of the journey. But yeah, if you are joining for the first time, be it live or on playback, and you like what you see or hear, then yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Train Sim World content. And feel free to hit the likes button, hit the thumbs up button as well on this particular stream. As far as upcoming streams, the next stream will be this Sunday. Don't even know what date is. Sunday. A new month, my goodness. We're in June already. June the 2nd. Good grief. Where's the time going? Oh yeah, June the 2nd, 2024 is when the next live stream will... that is when the next stream will be live. And what route we're going to be taking a look at, you may be asking. We will be taking a look at the Fife Circle Line, made by Rivet Games. I recently picked it up after the major update came to it, adding new services and addressing the, they say, community feedback, whatever the hell that means. Hopefully it's fixing the scenery. At least the scenery, you know, in the driver's eye view, you know. Because I watched that previous stream of the Fife Circle Line, and it was absolutely shocking. I know they said it was an earlier build, but you know, it didn't look brilliant, I must say. So my expectations are very, very low for that route. It's got competition, you know. I mean, I looked at the ScotRail Express first time last, what was it? Last autumn, and I was quite impressed with that route. It's certainly above the norm for Rivet Games. So if the Fife Circle Line with this major update can at least be at that level of, you know, ScotRail Express, then I'll be reasonably happy. I still don't think it's worth 30 quid, but you know, there you go. The next stop is Upper Holloway. Ugh. Near Arsenal. Ugh, no. Don't know how close the Emirates Stadium is to Upper Holloway. Imagine it's not too far. Probably, I'm going to guess, maybe a 20-minute walk if you're quick enough. I don't know. I dare not walk to the Emirates Stadium. No. I'll never visit that vile place. Too much red. Urban Aircraft can do all the different trains and colours. Yeah, it would be cool, wouldn't it? A rainbow of trains. Right, let's go. Getting a bit too keen now on the speed. Now we can increase it. No need, because we're coming up to Upper Holloway. There's another train there waiting for us. I think there's a signal box here at Upper Holloway that is not accurate to the real world version. Yeah, this signal box in front of us here. Yeah, that's not right. That's incorrect. That's not the right signal box. Especially for this time period. Yeah, Pleasant Day. That's not right. That's not meant to be there. I think this is a signal box used from what route is it? Jesus Christ. Not Southeastern High Speed. What is it? I think Spirit Steam or Peak Forest. That's very bizarre why to have done that. Yeah, but that's not the right signal box. I know that for a fact. That's inaccurate. So that's not good. One train departs, another must go. Then final stop, Gospel Oak awaits us. That's okay. Okay, Banana Craft. No problem. Have a good sleep. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Just about to finish up myself. Finish the stream up, and I'll get some sleep. But yeah, as we're on the final approach to Gospel Oak, my overall thoughts are this is an okay route. You know, it says what it's you know, it does what it says on the tin. Really, multiple unit is pretty good. Looks great, no doubt about it. Sounds pretty decent. Interactivity in the cab, particularly with the screens, is disappointing. Very disappointing, in fact. For route itself, scenery is above average. It's pretty darn good as far as Dovetail standards are concerned. Yeah, infrastructure, you know, track infrastructure for stations are fantastically well modelled. No doubt about that. Obviously, with the licensed TFL posters and dot matrix displays and, you know, signs in general, you know, just makes it look more realistic. Ambiance is good off the route as well, albeit with the absence of planes or any sounds of planes. Me being me, I'm a bit. This is a bit of a nitpick of mine, but a bit gutted that the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium wasn't included. Barking Riverside is wonderfully modelled. The lifts are awesome. Nice touch that. Services pretty decent. You know, Dovetail tried to pull out all the stops to make this route as busy as possible. The only downside is that, well, really it is just the Goblin Line. If we have a North London line attached to this, it would be a much better overall package. Not only if you had the class 378 Electrostar, but you know, another 17 odd miles of track to play with and do some services. But overall, is it worth getting? Yes, there's no doubt about that. Is it worth getting at full price? I mean, it's not 30 quid. That's a good thing. I mean, it's £24.99 in the UK. But you know, it's just the Goblin Line. It's just 13 miles and 13 stations, and a pretty decent multiple unit. So, do you think it's worth £24.99? I personally don't think so. If you get this on the discount, I think you're in for a fairly good treat. If this was under like 20 quid, I think, yeah, hands down, get this. It's kind of similar to the Glossop line, isn't it? You know, nice multiple unit to operate. Scenery is pretty decent. It's above Dovetail standards. And yeah, Dovetail fleshed out the timetable reasonably well, and yeah, it's a decent small product. But yeah, I'd pick it up on the discount if you get it under 20 quid. Yeah, I'd say it's well worth that price. But yeah, that concludes this journey. We've got stopped at Barking Woodgrange Park, Wanstead Park, Leytonstone High Road, Leighton Midland Road, Walthamstow Queens Road, Black Horse Road, South Tottenham, Haringey Green Lanes, Crouch Hill, Upper Holloway, and finally terminated at Gospel Oak, back where we started at the stream. And yeah, I think that will be that. I think the scenarios are quite decent as well, actually. I think there's one on Bonfire Night, Halloween, and I think there's one on... Is it Halloween? Can't remember. Hang on, let me just have a look. Yeah, so it's Football Focus, which I did. Obviously, I like that scenario since I'm a big Spurs fan. Oh, the Flood. Oh, dear. Halloween Goblin, yeah. One about Halloween. I think that's the only scenario that's focused on Halloween in the game. Stock OC, what's that? Section I has been closed and the amount of congestion is growing. Stay visual, trying to complete your service, no favour delays. Ooh, interesting. And remember, obviously the 5th of November. That's quite a nice selection of scenarios. So you've got football focus one, Halloween, and then firework night. Oh, that's not too bad. But yeah, there we go. That concludes this stream on the London Overground Goblin Line, Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside, or the Suffragette Line, however you wish you want to call it. Overall, pretty decent package, no doubt about that. Like I said, if you get it under 20 quid, it's well worth the money. Is it worth full price? I don't think so. No. Not to say the route's crap, it's pretty decent. It's much better than I expected, to be fair. Especially coming from Dovetail. But yeah, 13 miles and just 13 stations. It's just a little bit too short for $24.99. Not much. There's only so much you could do with it. But, you know, credits to Dovetail. Made the multiple unit is good. Route is actually pretty decent. So yeah, that concludes this stream. If you liked what you've seen or heard, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream will be Sunday, the 2nd of June 2024, and we'll be going over the border to Scotland to take our first glimpse at the Fife Circle Line. So as always, I will see you next time.